In this video, we will learn how to control our anger using the techniques of Stoic philosophy. In particular, we will dive into 3 key anger management techniques taught by Seneca, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers that also happened to be the political advisor to 3 notoriously cruel and hot-tempered Roman emperors. As such, he wrote an entire book from bitter experience on controlling our anger titled De Ira, which translates to On Anger. So let's get right into it. Now first, let's go ahead and actually define anger from a Stoic point of view. So Seneca defines anger as a short madness or a burning desire to avenge a wrong. His view on anger was different from the likes of Aristotle, who believed that anger, if controlled, can actually help us. Seneca contradicted this by saying that anger is not a weapon as it cannot be put down at will. He further goes on to state that no plague has cost the human race more than anger. Anger, in his opinion, is a self-destructive emotion and that it possesses a man instead of being possessed by him. So that's how Seneca and the Stoics in general view anger. Now once we have that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the techniques we can use to manage our anger. Now the first key practice or technique is to set low expectations. Now Seneca believes that one of the reasons we get angry is that our expectations with the world or people are just too high. We think that things in the world should always go our way, and people should and will always conform to our wishes. Furthermore, he says this is particularly true for rich and powerful people that have got comfortable with getting what they want in life and are overly sensitive when it is taken away. Seneca puts it as prosperity fosters bad tempers. By setting our expectations too high, we are asking to be disappointed. Seneca advises us to be more pessimistic, as it will make us less likely to get angry when a misfortune does come about. Now Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher himself, has similar advice for us. He says, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Both these Stoic philosophers are telling us that by visualizing what could go wrong, we are preparing ourselves for the day, and in doing so, going into the day with a calm and tranquil mind. So that's the first key takeaway for curbing our anger, is to set low expectation. Now the next key practice is to respond to insults with humor. According to Seneca, humor can be used to prevent ourselves from becoming angry and allow us to deflect insults from people. Laughter, he says, and a lot of it, is the right response to things which drive us to tears. He tells us that insults don't really do any harm by themselves. They're just merely a collection of words. It's how we choose to perceive them that creates the anger. So in doing so, we should choose to perceive them as a source of amusement. By doing this, he says, we are effectively letting the person know that their actions or words have no control over our tranquility and state in mind, and we are in control of the situation, not them. So this is a very powerful technique to just brush off insults with humor. Now with that said, let's move over to our last key practice, which is to conceal our symptoms when we get angry. Finally, Seneca tells us that if despite our best efforts, if we still find ourselves overcome with rage, we should acknowledge it and try to first fix our outward appearance. This is to say, we should force ourselves to relax our face, deepen our breath, and soften our voice when we sense anger coming, as by curbing our outside appearances, we will calm our mind. He further writes that our inward thoughts gradually become influenced by our outward demeanor, and that if we allow anger to show itself in our outward appearance, it is our monster. So in a nutshell, what Seneca is saying here is that when we do get overcome with rage, the first step we can do is fix our outward appearance, which will then influence our thoughts. So there you have it then. That's how you control your anger using some of the practices taught by Seneca. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and share it, and consider subscribing. And if you're interested in more Seneca content, consider watching our video on Seneca's moral essays on the shortness of life. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.